Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now it's that time of the week again to dive into the latest Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair and now of course Bray Wyatt shenanigans. But before we get into the juicy stuff, as always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, even better subscribe if you're new, and as always get down in the comments section what do you think is going to happen in 2 weeks time when Alexa Bliss takes on Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's title.
So just as we thought we were going to get a civilized conversation between Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss, it turned to chaos as Alexa Bliss clonked Bianca Belair over the head with a vase, and then Lily creepily appeared behind one of the chairs. And I thought this was a really impactful segment. There was a lot of links to Bray Wyatt, of course. I think we kind of knew there would be. And of course in 2 weeks time we're going to see the two fight out for the Raw Women's title. Now I thought this was great because the interview started with the question, can you explain what happened after the match last week? And this was directed at Alexa Bliss, and I thought it was really interesting that Bianca interrupted Alexa, because there's one thing of course that Bray Wyatt hates is getting interrupted, certainly the dark voices inside of his head. And then she basically just said, look, now I don't trust you. And Alexa said, look, I don't really know if I can explain what's going on right now. Now, that appears to be a flat out lie. We, of course, know the links with Bray Wyatt and Howdy sort of calling him out, calling him a liar. So is Alexa Bliss doing the same thing? And she said, look, but I can obviously talk about what got me to this point. And she went on to say, Bray Wyatt abducted me, he turned me into this dark, evil version of myself, and then just left me. And she was sort of playing the victim here. Like, you got to remember, Alexa Bliss kind of embraced the Fiend. Yes, the Fiend, not really abducted, he attacked Alexa Bliss with the mandible claw. But after that, Alexa Bliss was fixated with the Fiend. Like, she was besotted with the Fiend. And then, of course, those two formed a partnership. And then she went on to say, look, he left me broken, I had abandonment issues, and I was alone. Like, she's really playing the victim here. And then she went on to say, everyone said I was this crazy one, so I went to therapy, and that turned me into a shell of a human being that I don't even recognize now. And I thought the shell of a human being was a good link, because if you remember in one of the Uncle Howdy segments on screen, Howdy referred to Bray as a shell of a person he once was, or somewhere along those lines. So I thought that was a good parallel. And then she went on to say her friendship with Asuka and of course Bianca made her a strong person, so strong, which means now when she has absolutely nothing to lose, she has absolutely everything to gain, starting with the Raw Women's title. Now, Alexa Bliss has stated her intent for going for the Raw Women's title in several interviews earlier this year. So that's always been consistent. That isn't all of a sudden it took her to have a friendship with Asuka and Bianca to do that. Like, she's always had that mission. And then Bianca went on to say, look, basically she doesn't believe her. You expect me to believe you don't know about anything that happened last week. You can't explain that change. I know what Bray Wyatt is capable of. And then that is where Alexa snapped and went, you're making this all about him. This is about me. He's not a threat to you. I am. Chilling words. I think maybe you've forgotten I was winning championships way before you even walked through that door. And I can do that again. And I love the fact that Alexa kind of pulled rank on Bianca, making it obvious what a big deal she's been in the past. And a lot of new viewers to the product might not be aware what big a deal Alexa was in the title scene. I mean, she's a 3-time Raw Women's Champion, a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, 3-time Tag Team Women's Champion. The 24/7 title we can kind of forget about in Doudrop squashing her afterwards. And of course, the Elimination Chamber winner, Money in the Bank winner, WrestleMania host. I could go on and on and on. So I like that they've given that reminder. And then Bianca went, then come on, do it then. And then, of course, the logo flashed up on the screen. It's also, and then, of course, obviously, Alexa walloped Bianca with the vase. Now, The interesting point here is the fact every time the logo appears, you've also got that background that we saw, the green background at Extreme Rules. And I thought it was really interesting she referred to Bray as Bray Wyatt rather than the Fiend abducting her. So I thought that was really cool. I think there's a lot of questions from this, and I think this is really intriguing moving forward. It'll also be really interesting to see how they tie up the whole Lily doll situation, the fact that she was just lurking in the background there. And remember what Alexa Bliss's therapist said: you'll be as good as you can be so long as you have Lily by your side. And also, we haven't seen Charlotte Flair return, and Charlotte Flair was the one that destroyed the original Lily doll at Extreme Rules 2021, so I wonder if they tie that in. But one thing I love about all this is they're acknowledging the past. They're talking about past happenings and tying up the whole storyline arc, which I absolutely love. This is something we didn't see under the guidance of Vince McMahon, so I'm all down for this. But it's safe to say we're getting progress. Next week's Raw is going to be sort of a bit of a filler one, I feel. But in 2 weeks' time, I think there's going to be some form of major reveal, tying in Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. And hopefully we see some transitions. I've got a bonus video coming up in a moment in regards to Bray Wyatt. A few key points that I missed. I hate missing things when it comes to the Bray Wyatt story. So we're going to pop those up next in a couple of hours' time. But thank you so much for watching the update video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, even better, subscribe if you're new. And as always, get down in the comments section and share your thoughts and opinions. Catch you in the next one.